proceeding on the assault of a family member case under cause number 2510200, Your Honor. And the state upon completion of the plea will dismiss cause number 2510615.
6 violent cases, no wait 7. That's not just a pattern, that's a playlist. And the judge, he's counting every single track. The courtroom is not buying excuses today, something deeper is unraveling.
Good morning, Mr. Moses. How are you?
Good.
Shh. Why does this keep happening? This is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, but it's the 6th time you've picked up a kind of case where it's a violent case. Actually, 7. It keeps happening. Why? Why so much anger? Do you take any medication?
Yes, sir.
Do you stop taking the medication?
No, sir.
How do you get your medication when you're out there in the free world? When you picked up these 2 cases, had you stopped taking the medication? You were still taking it?
I actually finished it.
Meaning, so you finished, you didn't have any more.
Still gonna pick it up.
We had him TRAS. TRAS said mental health caseload, or what did they say? And that's what we're doing, right? Okay.
Here's where things turn real. The court is not just tossing punishment, is negotiating this man's future. But catch this, it's not about leniency, it's about survival. $600 for treatment or back behind bars. So let me ask you, should financial status ever determine someone's chance at freedom?
What are the other alternatives that we have? What about paying for IOP and all that? I mean, how do we make sure that he qualifies? Because I don't. Mr. Moses, do you work when you go out? When you're out of jail, do you work? Who do you live
Sorry,
with?
no, yes, sir. Your Honor.
It's okay, Mr. D. Who do you live with? And when you leave here now, are you going to be able to stay with mom?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that before you were in jail, who were you living with? One of the things that you're going to have to do is an intensive outpatient treatment. The problem is that it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's around $500 to $600 to do that. And I don't know if that's something that you have to be able to pay for. If not, I want to try to get you to. I want to see if we can pay for it. How do we?
I'll do an indigency form with him, and it will be placed on the wish list if he qualifies. He's also being, well, he'll be on the
Now we're hitting the legal fork in the road. The judge is saying, you either change out here, or we lock the door and try inside. This is classic probation strategy. Last shot at freedom before the system shuts the gate.
If this fails, what else do we have at our disposal? So I want you to understand, Mr. Moses, that we want this to work for you. But you also have to want it to work. If you do something to violate this agreement, you don't do your treatment, you don't stay up on your probation, if you just leave, one of the options is putting you in a residential facility. Do you understand what that means?
Sir.
That means that you will be in, it's not in the actual jail, it's at another facility, right? It's at a lockdown facility that you will not be able to leave, and then you'll be getting treatment. We are trying to do it this way so that you can try to do this while you're out there in the free world doing this by yourself. But if you're not able to, we're going to have to take other measures. Can you get this done?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what's required for you to successfully finish?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to do? Yes. What programs do you have to do? Do you know? You have to do anger management class, right?
I think for a
Thank you for a change.
Okay, so just you have to.
The class he has to take. Thinking for a change? No. That's not sarcasm, it's an actual course used across the U.S. to teach repeat offenders how to pause, reflect, and not wreck their lives in a split-second decision. But will it work this time?
Do a thinking for a change, which is a class where you teaches you how to think when you're in a bad situation. You also have to do outpatient treatment so that we know that you're actually speaking to people, working through any kind of anger issues that you may have.
Yes, sir. And substance abuse.
and substance abuse. No drugs, no alcohol. You cannot use any illegal drugs, including marijuana. No marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no alcohol. They're going to test you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If you complete this successfully, you do not end up with a conviction. But you need to understand that there's still, oh, it is straight.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Oh, I thought it was a deferred.
Because he had the state jail conviction of a felony court and the numerous of cases that he had that were assaultive in nature that they were not willing to offer him.
Okay. This assault, it's going on your record. There's what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. If you pick up another case like this, you will be facing a third-degree felony. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison if you ever pick up another assault like this again. Do you understand?
Let that sink in. 10 years in prison if he slips again. This is not a slap on the wrist. It's a legal landmine. And what's worse, he loses his right to own a gun, ammo, and basically any object remotely resembling a weapon. One misstep, and he's done.
That's years in prison, not days like you are here. Years. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. So no guns, no ammunitions as well. I'm sorry, it's no weapons, right?
Yes.
No weapons. Weapons is a very loose term. If you have any questions about what a weapon is, you have to talk to a lawyer, but be very, very careful. You understand?
Sure.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot change your mind. You must complete this, and it's a 2-year probation. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in jail. However, I will probate that for 2 years.
This judge is not just sentencing. He's leaving the door open. Come back to us if you struggle, he says. That's rare and powerful. Because once the courtroom doors close, not many get a second chance to walk back through them willingly.
We've already done the TRAS, so we don't need to do that. But intensive outpatient treatment, thinking for a change, and the